when you go anywhere in the world and say this place is like Grand Central Station, everyone knows what you're talking about. It's a simile for busyness and choreographed chaos and frenzy. When I was a kid, it was this magical, mystical, romantic place. My dad would take me to various places around the city. One of them was Grand Central, and I remember standing on a platform at Grand Central, this must have been in the 1950s, looking up longingly at this gleaming locomotive, and the engineer leaned out of the cab window and said, "Hey, you want to drive this thing?" And I couldn't believe what I was hearing, but he lifted me up, put me on his lap, put my hand on the throttle. We must have moved about a foot and a half, but to me it seemed like a mile at the time. Here I was, a little kid from Brooklyn driving a locomotive in Grand Central Terminal. The one thing that I always find fascinating standing on one of the balconies is you look over at this urban ballet, this controlled, choreographed chaos, and I almost never see anyone bumping into anyone else. And this is a place that 750,000 people come to on an average weekday, an incredible number, and yet it functions even more efficiently than it was designed to do 100 years ago. It's a marvel of engineering, it's a marvel of transportation, and if you go through a little door at the back of that room and climb up two rickety steel ladders in a totally rough-hewn space, you can get to the clock that faces out over 42nd Street, and you can open the 6 in the clock, that little window on the very bottom, and look out over Park Avenue. It's one of those great sights in New York that not too many people get to see.